Hello, hello. It's Tuesday, May 2nd, 2023. It's a SIG Node Sidecar working group meeting. Welcome, everybody. Before we begin, I see a new face here, Tom. Do you want to introduce yourself and tell what brought you here?
Hi. Thanks all for having me. I can't quite get my video to work. We don't really use Zoom, so I don't know, something's up with my camera, but I'm a real person. I've always been interested in sidecar work. I come from Lyft, where I think we almost invented the whole idea of having Envoy next to your service. We've been running our own custom patch for handling sidecar ordering, as we call it, in our kube version. So we have a patched kubelet version on all of our clusters that does sidecar ordering for us, and we'd love to not have a patch anymore. So anything that could help us to get to getting that upstream, some solution upstream that everyone accepts would be fantastic.
Okay, thank you for introduction. Yeah, we have last item about validation use cases, so let's get to the agenda. Gunju, you added this first one. Yeah, I think what happens is everybody ignoring me. Like, I don't know how many people you pinged, but I pinged a lot of people, and everybody promised to review it soon. Was there any recent reviews?
There was some reviews just before this meeting, I guess.
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is quite a large PR, so I understand that it is difficult to review this soon. So yes, let's look at it and see.
But since the rebase, it's a bit smaller, no? Because Sergey and Todd moved some of the tests out of this, I think.
Yes.
Just framework. Yeah, I don't think it's huge PR. Just maybe people have hard time figuring out which parts to look at. Yeah, most of it is just all just like generated files.
Yeah, I was just running the numbers. Like 3,500 lines of it are test, and it's only 5,500 lines total. So I haven't looked at the generated yet, but yeah, it's the real code changes are probably somewhere around the lines of around like 1,500, 2,000 lines at most.
I remember, Sergey, you wanted Derek not to have a look, but were you able to catch him? Or?
I told him a couple times, but he still haven't looked at it. And Tim, I pinged Tim 2 times as well. Joe is also the person I pinged, but I think Joe just maybe he saw a notification about sidecar group, and that's why he reviewed 1 hour ago. Okay, so
it seems
yeah.
we have Jasmine that joined. Hello, Jasmine.
Hello. Yeah, sorry, I haven't been able to have a pretty consistent attendance.
Jasmine, are you interested in like, can you introduce yourself, and like, if you want some information about us, we're also happy to do.
Yeah, sure. I've been interested in Kubernetes since like I think 1.4, probably in earnest on like 1.7 or so. And I've been on and off. The company that I'm at did not really want to pursue Kubernetes, and then they swapped their mind. And then they swapped their mind on it doesn't really matter the history, but I've been to a couple of these, but I haven't been very consistent because of different work duties at the same time of this meeting. So I'm just glad I was able to make it today.
Okay, so it's a sidecar meeting specifically, you know about it, right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So Ganju, do you think we can split it further into smaller pieces? I just don't know what people feels that complicated about this PR? What can we refactor?
Yeah, yes, I think this is just small enough to merge. I think if we split this to more than one PR, it would be API part and implementation part. And I think that would be not good, as either of it could not be merged in this release. So
Yeah.
I think this PR is just okay to review. I think we can just wait for the reviewers to review.
Okay. Let's give people more time.
Sergey, regarding the enhancement freeze, do we need to do anything?
I already sent a PR, and I will ping Dawn to review it.
Okay, so we still have to go through again the enhancement freeze. Did the SIG Node already did the thing with the spreadsheet about enhancement for the 128?
No, we plan to do it this today, later today. So we start tracking people, tracking caps.
Okay, so maybe later today we will have like a one dedicated approver assigned.
It would be nice.
Yeah. Okay.
I pasted the PR in enhancement repository. There is some wording change. Well, I don't share my screen, right? Let me share. Yeah, we said that we will rename, like, we didn't need containers and regular containers, but we stopped, like, we decided not to do that. So this is the only change I made. Okay. Yeah, one idea maybe about this PR, maybe this renaming can be done as prefactoring, but I don't think it will make more sense. Yeah.
I think like Benji said, the only thing you could possibly do is split it into an API and a non-API. And I think it would probably roughly cut it in half based off the.
Now, I think what we can do is like to minimize the like. I mean, everybody looking at that and like, okay, there's huge change. Like this method call changed to this method, so like and call flow changed. So now they need to like understand how everything goes, and maybe if we rename it and change the code like call execution graph beforehand, like as a prefactoring, then maybe easier.
I don't think it changes much. At least now Gonju kept them in the same file, so at least GitHub shows the diff. Before it was difficult to figure out what was done. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe do you think that it is better to squash some commits? There are so many commits in here. So is it better to squash them to few commits?
The only useful thing about commits that I saw is when people do like generated files separately from everything else. So you can click on a specific commit and see subset of files. But I don't know how much it will help.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing, squashing helps when we need to rebase, when there are conflicts. Otherwise, you spend like 1 hour redoing. But otherwise.
Okay, so let's try to ping more people and maybe on SIG Node meeting today. maybe Derek wouldn't come on SIG Node meeting, so maybe we will find somebody else as well. Murnal also promised to take a look.
Okay.
And Sergey, if we have like some files that are in your approver mandate, no, that's what you did with the tests, right?
Yeah. So,
but we don't have more. Yeah.
We don't have much more.
Okay.
Okay. Building on top of this commit, I don't know how. Like, I think both of them, like, we don't need other other probes. We need lifecycle handlers, right? Post start and pre stop. Do we need other probes? Like readiness?
So Cap said that we should add readiness and liveness proof.
Yeah, so it's
in alpha stage.
It's a matter of changing API, right? So it doesn't change implementation much.
Okay.
Is it?
Maybe we can ask Lyft. Do you use startup probes at Lyft, or you rely on the readiness?
We rely on readiness. We do have some startup probes, but they're not widely used. I mean, for sidecars, we definitely don't really use them, just readiness. Not because we don't have a reason to use them. I think we could use them. We just haven't like needed to, you know what I mean? We started with the readiness probes and they work well enough and we don't change them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, implementation-wise, we need all of them. I'm just trying to understand how big of a change will be to add other probes. I think last I looked, readiness probes will be just API change and everything will supposed to be working fine.
Yes, I think so. And the test.
Right. And more end-to-end test. Yeah, we did this work on splitting files, and I think what may be good is to cover current init behavior, init containers behavior with end-to-end tests. So we can say like we didn't change anything for regular init containers. Yeah, I already put a couple of them. Maybe need to put more. I don't want to overcomplicate this PR. Like, let's keep this PR alone.
No. The idea was like, can we prepare things like for the subsequent PR already? Not to add to this one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and if they're testing current behavior, it'd just be a separate PR entirely to go in. It wouldn't be added into this one.
Right.
Okay. And the last point, yes, that I wanted to add, I remember that a dog came to this meeting at some point. I don't remember the name. It was French, I think. And then, of course, there is from Istio. Now we have Tom from Lyft. So I think once we merge this first PR, we could work with them and see if by running a version of kind compiled without change, if they could like test it and see if it answers their needs. I wanted to like actively chase them and like see if makes sense or not to try to surface bugs before we go on code freeze.
Right. So I know John from Istio. He will be happy to test it for us, and he doesn't need complicated environment. He's very versed into like whatever we can give him. Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah. We're happy to test too. We can like put it into, our staging environment very easily. But one wrinkle here is that we run EKS for our API servers. So if there's an API change, we're going to have to find a way to get around it. So we can probably, we might have to pull in the patch and then make a different patch so that we can like shove all the configuration inside of an annotation or something. Not quite sure how we can test that with EKS right now. You know what I mean?
use
Yeah,
the
But also if
Right now we get
if you have some DevOps that wants to play with kind cluster, you know, or something.
Yeah, we could do kind. I'm just, trying to give you guys more. I could give you a test and staging or even like a canary production environment. That's what I would like to do. But I'll figure something out. I'll have to look at the PR and see if I could take the API and just shove it in an annotation. Because that's what we do today. We just have this sidecar configuration thing that we just shove in an annotation, and the kubelet can pull it out and then do what it needs to do.
EKS, you manage the whole it's not like Fargate. It's the you just take VMs and install Kubernetes on top, so you can set flags and everything.
Yeah, it's the API server part is hosted by Amazon, and so we can't change like the APIs. So that's why we have the annotation that has the sidecar metadata basically, and then on the kubelet side, that part's patched.
Okay. So yeah, once this PR is merged, we can start testing, because whole life cycle will be complete, and then readiness probe shouldn't be too far behind.
I think if I do start testing, where's the best place for me to report back results? Is that in the mailing list?
Mailing list, Slack. You can come to this meeting.
Okay, I'll try to hit Slack, because
this
meeting I also miss a lot because of other work meetings that I have. But I'll contact in Slack.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, feel free to reach out to me if you want. So I work at AWS on EKS and do work on EKS Omni as well. So if you run into issues, just feel free to reach out.
Cool, thanks, Todd.
Okay. Yeah, we out of agenda items. Anything else? Thank you.
Yeah. So now you have like some convincing to do, Sergey.
Yes, running around.
Yes.
Thank you. Bye.
Good luck. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.